Have you ever wanted to see Jesus? Well, in today's passage, 4 of his disciples got the opportunity of a lifetime, and it was an experience that they would never forget. Let's read the passage and see what we can learn from it. Matthew chapter 17, verses 1 through 6. And afterward, Jesus was glorified and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine like the sun, and his clothes became white as light. And behold, there appeared to them Moses and Elijah, and they conversed with him. Then he said to them, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear the hymn." And when they had heard this, they fell down on their faces and were very much afraid. Now, if you've ever read the Bible or watched a Bible movie, then you're familiar with the story of Jesus' Transfiguration. But let's be honest, this is not just a feel-good story. There's more here than what meets the eye. We see Jesus being transfigured before his disciples. He was glorified, which means that he was in his full glory. And during this time, he looked like how he looked when he created the world, powerful, majestic, and full of light. In fact, the light coming from him was so bright that it outshone the brightest star in the sky, which was the sun. And his clothes became white as light, which is symbolic of his purity and holiness. But there's more. Moses and Elijah appeared, and they were talking with Jesus. Now these 2 men were the greatest of the Old Testament, the Law and the Prophets. So this scene is taking place on a mountain, which is symbolic of height, of elevation. And there's a bright cloud that overshadows Jesus and the disciples, which is symbolic of God's presence. And God speaks out of the cloud and says, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear the hymn." This is very significant because throughout the Old Testament, God would speak about the Messiah who was going to come. And now God is actually declaring who Jesus is. "This is my Son. Listen to him." So the disciples fell down on their faces, and they were very much afraid. It says that they were in holy fear, which literally means a trembling reverence. And I think this is appropriate for us to have whenever we are in the presence of God. But there are 2 things that I want you to take away from this. Number 1, Jesus is God. He is the Son of God. And this passage is a clear affirmation of that fact. Here, Jesus is being glorified. He is being transfigured, meaning that he is being transformed into his full glory, the glory that he has with God. And he is full of light. Even Moses and Elijah, the greatest of the Old Testament, fall down and worship him. And number 2, Jesus is Lord. God says, "Listen to him." So whenever we hear the words of Jesus, we must pay attention. We must obey, we must believe, because these words are words of life, words of truth. They have the power to transform our lives. Well, I hope this helps you to see Jesus in a new way, to remember that he is God, that he is Lord, and that he loves you very much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.